Gather around. It's time for the show to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, this is...
Hey everyone, my name is Jason.
Hi friends, it's Desiree Josen.
All right, there were so many matches this year that were just too much.
So this won't be a shocker because we've had a handful of really awesome matches that we just can't stop talking about.
How many times have these guys fought? Like it's been quite a bit.
I've been saying this all year. They're just so great to watch. We saw the heel turn coming, and then when it happened, nice and bloody, both dramatic and beautiful.
You are now entering the ring with Chutes and Ladders podcast. Here are your hosts, Desiree and Jason.
Chutes and Ladders Evolution recap. What's going on, everyone? My name is Jason.
Hi friends, it's Desiree Josen.
From jaw-dropping returns and championship clashes to the moments that had the entire arena on their feet, especially that shocking cash-in at the end. Des, what are your initial thoughts?
You know, there wasn't very much of a build-up to this PLE, and you just don't know what to expect. And this was way better than I thought it would be. The matches were great, the twist, everything. So yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. They should have set it up more, but you know what? We got what we got, and I loved it. Speaking of loving it, Becky Lynch versus Bayley versus Lyra. What do you have to say about this match?
Well, what I loved was all three of them, when they got in the ring, the crowd went crazy and gave them an insane pop and a round of applause just to start the show, which was fantastic. This one I wasn't very excited about just because I just didn't care for, really, to be honest, all three. I didn't care if who won and whatever. But I was actually kind of surprised by the grittiness of this, and it kind of went back and forth because I wasn't sure towards the end. I'm like, is it going to be Bayley? Is Lyra actually going to pull it off? I don't know, but what I loved was Becky's backslide into a pin. I was like, what was that?
That was
awesome.
Yeah, that was a spot of the night for sure, I think.
I love that. So, you know what? It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was pretty entertaining and a good kickoff to the show. So I would give it like a B.
Awesome. I'll give it a B+. I loved it. The finish was magnificent. The energy was high, and I've always said if you're going to start a PLE, start it hot, and I think they did, so I loved it.
Yeah.
All right. JC Jane versus Jordan Grace. What do you think about this match, and what was your grade?
I am a big fan of NXT, and I love bad girls. So Fatal Influence, I really love. I love JC Jane. I'm a big fan of Fallon. I love that the girls came out. But with Jordan, she is like they call her, the Juggernaut? Was it the Juggernaut? She is huge, and she's my size. With extra muscles, of course. But it was amazing, and I thought it was fun, but I loved that Blake Monroe came out and was on her side, but I had this feeling the entire time. I was saying, Blake is going to turn. I feel it. And I was surprised that Jasmine and Fallon didn't really interfere like I kind of thought that they would. But it was pretty solid. It was fun to see the little twist at the end, the little hint at what Blake is doing. Obviously setting up Jordan versus Blake. But yeah, it was pretty good. I'd give it like a B-.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll give it a B. I actually liked it. I thought it was pretty solid. It was good to showcase the NXT talent on a step-up PLE. I actually love that Blake Monroe kind of teased what she's going to do. That made it a lot of fun. So yeah, overall it's a fun match. I really don't have any complaints. All right, next, the Fatal 4-Way. I'm not going to list all the teams, but I actually thoroughly enjoyed this match. What about you?
I loved it. I thought everyone worked so well together, but what I really stuck out to me is Charlotte and Alexa. I love how playful they are, especially when they came in and Charlotte had her robe covering Alexa, and she washed her out. It was the cutest thing, and you know that they're friends in real life, so they're having so much fun. Alexa got the biggest pop out of everybody, and even Charlotte. I know Charlotte is trying to, get the crowd to love her. And I think it's slowly working with her relationship with Alexa. So when she did the hot tag, everyone went crazy. So there were some really awesome spots. I loved how everyone got to do their own spotlight. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't a surprise that they retained. So yeah, it wasn't too bad. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I'd give it like a B.
Yeah, I think a B is an excellent grade. My favorite spot was that massive Tahana bomb. that really kind of set the match. That really stood out to me. But yeah, overall loved it. We kind of knew that they were going to retain the title, so overall a B is a good grade.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Tiffany Stratton versus Trish Stratus. I got to be honest, I thought Trish looked very good for being a part-timer. What about you?
Oh yeah, and I know that they work well together because they were tag team partners for Elimination Chamber. So this was always going to be fun. Two beautiful blondes that are athletic going at it, and yeah, I mean Trish looks great, and for her to be a vet, and Tiffany, I'm just itching for her to be a heel too. I feel it coming, but she pulled out some moves that we haven't seen before. And then, of course, the backflips. But as much as I would have loved to see Trish win, I'm like, how cool would that be to see her hold a belt again? I get it. Tiffany is going to retain. So it wasn't bad at all. And I loved that she left the ring to give Trish her little moment to shine and get the applause. So that was really cool for her to do that. So, yeah, a B. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, listen, we love Tiffy. We love Trish. I'm giving a B plus just because we love both those women. I thought it was cool that Trish is basically kind of catapulting Tiffy. Like you said, they have great chemistry together. But yeah, another solid match. Again, there seems to be a theme here. Everything was good. Everything has been good so far.
Yeah.
All right, Jade versus Naomi, no holds barred. This was a pretty brutal, carnage-heavy filled match. What are your thoughts? What's your grade?
I loved that Bianca was the ref, and she was very fair because I was like, she can favor somebody if she wanted to or interfere. You never know. And I thought she did great. She didn't favor anybody, but when someone took a really hard bump, she ran over there and you could hear her say, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I love that. And, Naomi is unhinged. She is insane, as we know. And it was really cool to see her be the aggressor, knowing that Jade is so much stronger, so much taller and bigger. So it was kind of nice to see her get beat up a little bit. And then at the end, she takes her through the table from the top rope, which was pretty awesome to see. So it was pretty awesome. I loved it. And I would give it like a B plus.
Same here, B plus. That was probably the biggest bump Naomi has taken that I remember, which I thought was really cool. Yeah, and from a storyline perspective, it was cool that they had her lose because we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
All right, Battle Royal. We called it. It was actually pretty solid. What are your thoughts? What's your grade? And obviously, Stephanie Vaquer got that.
I loved it. Yeah, it's like a mini Royal Rumble, so it's great to see, some older girls and the newer girls in NXT, just from all of the other, groups. So it's really fun to see them mesh well together. And Nikki and Chelsea started it off, but I loved how people were kind of like teasing Nikki and doing her dance. It was really cute for them to do that. I thought that was a lot of fun. I figured Nikki would be like one of the top 4 to make it. But what really stood out to me, not only was Stephanie amazing and obviously a crowd pleaser, but Lash Legend picking up Nia and just using her force and how strong she is. I was like, damn, I forgot how strong she is. But, of course, they teased us a little bit with Stephanie doing the devil's kiss on the apron with Lash and just kicks her off. So, I mean, that's what we wanted. She is a superstar. And I can't wait to see what she does in Paris. So I'm going to give it like a B plus. This was fun.
Yeah, same here. I don't know if she'll win the title in Paris, but she will win the title very soon. This is her time to shine. Great creative writing. I loved it.
Yeah.
All right. Now time for the match of the night. I'm telling you, look, we could watch Io and Rhea wrestle for the rest of the year. And I think we'll love every single match. Every time they get together, sparks fly. What are your thoughts? Because I definitely have mine.
I absolutely love them. I love everything that they do. Io blew me away last night because you always assume it's always going to be Rhea, the one throwing the punches and being gritty. Io pulled out everything that she had, and my God, Rhea took it like a champ. But Rhea, can we talk about how amazing she looks? She is ripped, like pure muscle. She is beautiful. I am obsessed. Everything was fantastic. They were selling everything, the bumps, even the ref, how she took her bump, going into the crowd. It was so smooth, and I was just playing like cat and mouse, yelling at the TV. I'm like, I really don't know who it is, and I would be perfectly fine with either one. And then it hit me. Something's going to happen because they are just being too good to each other, and it was taking too damn long. And then, of course, Naomi. So what a fun surprise. It didn't even cross my mind until I was halfway through the match that this was a possibility. It was a brilliant way to end this PLE.
I'm going to echo you. You stole it right from my mouth. We've said this many times. I'm an advocate for surprises. Statistically, they've actually proven this, that surprises get the wrestling fans riled up the most. This is a brilliant ending. It was so cool to see. And it looks like now Naomi's going to have a storyline with someone else other than Jay, which I thought was smart too, because they technically ended that feud. Great writing. I will say this over and over again. The creative writing aspect is what really makes the show. And I absolutely loved it. So I'm giving this an A. This is in contention for Women's Match of the Year, in my opinion.
Same. I was just about to say, as soon as everything from start to finish, I was like, this is a contender for Match of the Year. Amazing.
Absolutely. All right. That being said, what are your final thoughts and what is your final grade?
This was way better than I expected. I'm so proud of all of the women. They did fantastic. And I'm glad everyone had time to shine. So, you know what? I will give it like a B+.
Sounds good. I'm just going to be a little nicer because the ending was so strong. Listen, exciting matches, strong storytelling, and a jaw-dropping cash-in finish. To me, that gives it an A. I loved it. So the A-, you know what? Give the girls an A. They deserved it.
Yeah, it was good. It was a great way to end that crazy weekend.
Absolutely. All right, that actually wraps up this episode. What are your thoughts? Shoot us a DM at the Shoots and Ladders. Like always, please like, share, and subscribe both on YouTube and Spotify. Once again, my name is Jason.
I'm Desiree Josen.
All right, until next time, have a blessed day and a blessed week.
Have a good week. Bye, friends.
This has been Shoots and Ladders. Follow us for more content.